This is my second time recording this video because I was pronouncing her last name all wrong. So now I have to do it all again. Have fun. So we have a lot of things to talk about today. Today we're gonna be talking about Madeleine McCann. So this was basically a family that was making a holiday vacation in Portugal, and they were staying in a hotel, and they also wanted to take their children over with them, so they did. And it's very late at night, it's around 9 p.m. on May 3rd, 2007. And at this time, the family comes into the room to check on their children, to put them in bed and everything, so that they know they're sleeping and everything. And then they go to the bar in the same hotel, that it's about a minute walking distance. And when they come back, an hour later at 10 p.m., the mom couldn't believe her eyes and the horror she was passing through. Her daughter was gone. In the room, everything looked normal, everything looked organized, just like it was before. Nothing seemed forced or anything, and it just seemed like Madeleine had just vanished. The McCanns called the police immediately and tell them that their daughter is missing. All of this police situation, everything went wrong in every kind of way possible. First of all, when they came to the apartment, they didn't follow any protocols, they didn't set any emergencies. They started by going into the room where Madeleine and her brothers were staying, and they started to go around the room with their big boots, moving everything, looking maybe if the child was under the bed. I am not really sure. And they did not call the forensics until days later. So basically, why calling the forensics later when they cannot do anything about it? They need everything just how it was, nobody in the room. The police just didn't take anything seriously because they're used to children coming back a few days or after they have gone missing. I'm gonna put here a picture of the forensic that was in the case, and you can see that it's nothing professional. She's not wearing any gloves, or she's not covering her hair, and she's basically not using a mask. She's not wearing any kind of protection. And when you're doing a forensic job, you basically need to cover all your body because anything from your body can contaminate this scene everywhere around you. So every time you walk, you may drop a hair, you may drop evidence that can contaminate the scene completely, and then it's not a great job after. You're like looking for specific spots around, DNA of any kind. And I'm also going to put how easy it is for someone to access to this room, because that was really controversial as well. Here we are in the computer, and I'm gonna show you on Google Earth how easy it was for her to be kidnapped, basically. So here we have, this is the hotel they were staying in. Around here is the bar. The bars were drinking. Yeah, you know the story. So if we go right here, I'm gonna show you more clearly. They were staying in the first floor, which is around this whole area right here, and basically where all the guests would come into the hotel in the apartments would be through this path, and here is the window where Madeleine was staying. And these are both public streets, right? So basically anyone could just come here, go in here, into the back of the apartment. Go here, you see that this part is, there is no barrier stopping you at all, and you can basically just walk normally and come here where Madeleine was. And basically you could open the window, and this is the same window where the forensics was taking all of the fingerprints I showed you. Yes, this is the same window. And basically that's how easy it was. You could have just, so the guy just walked down here, just went through this aisle and thought there was a girl and stole her and ran away. Basically that's the theory that most makes sense. Basically. So now after you saw how easy it was for her to be kidnapped, it could have just been anyone. Now let's talk about some theories that the people have made since this case has been so controversial and so talked about even to this year. The first theory that people are saying is that the parents are doctors, so they would sedate their children so that they could be asleep, so that they could drink and party as much as they wanted. And this is a very stupid theory because technically you don't have to be a doctor to be able to sedate your kids. That's not a real reason. I'm not saying it's good that people sedate their children. I'm just saying they don't have to be a doctor to do that. And throughout this whole investigation, the police always focus on the parents. They always focused and they always thought it was them. The next theory is that a dog named Kila that was put in the case of the McCanns, and basically she helped throughout the investigation, but she was put actually 3 weeks later, and that's like the first thing you have to do when a child is missing. She started sniffing out the whole apartment, and one of the things she found among others was a spot of of blood on one of the blankets or the carpet, but it didn't really help much because it was really small and they really couldn't do anything about it. It looks like it didn't have any relation to the case. But as you know, throughout the whole case, it was managed poorly. The police didn't care at all. While the McCanns were staying in Portugal to receive more information about their daughter, 24 days later, after Madeleine had gone missing, they rented a car. And of course, the forensics didn't have any better job to do than put Kila to sniff it entirely. They couldn't investigate that car more. They were just focusing so much on the parents throughout this whole case, but they didn't find any proof at all. Except when Kila was in a certain part of the car, she basically started barking because she smelled something. But the McCanns said that probably they had bought in the past seafood and that it froze in the back of the car and made that part a little bit wet, making it like a strong smell that Kila would easily alarm the authorities. Even one of the policemen working on the case wrote a whole entire book on why he thought the McCanns kidnapped or murdered their own child. The parents of Madeleine, of course, sued this guy for slandering them, among other things, but they lost the case because he was not saying 100% that it was them, and he was just repeating like a bird what everyone on the media was saying. So I guess it was okay for him to say that because of course, everyone was talking bad about the parents, so why not him doing it as well? That is pretty messed up if you ask me. And now the case brings it to 2023 because a girl named Julia, 21 years old, from Poland, she basically started an Instagram account saying she's Madeleine and became really popular and gained over 1 million subscribers on Instagram, but then got deleted. Who knows why? In this account, she showed evidence of if she could be linked to the McCann's case. The evidence was like a spot on her eye, a dimple, and she also went and said that she can't remember parts of her childhood and allegedly was mistreated by a German guy who looked like someone the police was looking for back when Madeleine had gone missing. And this is like all of the info, but what do I think? What do I think about it is that maybe it turns out it's not her. You can see the pictures and see with your own eyes. She looks like her mom and not like Madeleine's mother. I don't know why people assume just because they're blonde that they look the same. In the lip area you can really see it, and I just think she just wanted her 5 minutes of fame and take advantage of the whole situation. Because of course we all want a closure to this case and know what actually happened to Madeleine. And also, if someone kidnapped Madeleine, why would they give her to a random family in Poland? That doesn't make any sense. When a kidnapper abducts you, he can basically do whatever he wants with you, abuse you, mistreat you, whatever he wants, but then donating you and give you to a random family and they illegally adopting you? Given the amount of children that are in this world, we are overpopulated with children. It's overflowing with children. That is basically ridiculous. People give their children in adoption for free. This case had so much information flowing around. A bad job from the police, an even worse job from the forensics in this case. Everyone wanted to blame the parents. This girl this year claiming to be Madeleine, but turns out she's not. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like it if you like this video and you want more like this. I really appreciate it. I am Alexo and we'll see each other in the next video.